Hey everyone, Uncle Gary here. In the previous episodes I showed you how we built Olivia's shed with just about little to no money, without the scraps and logs that we sawed out and excess stuff that we had. This episode here, we're actually, there's a few things in here that we didn't show in the other ones, like when we poured the concrete around the blocking that holds the shed up. Yeah, when I was starting to build it before I got up on the roof, it was starting to get a little wiggly wobbly to it. You know, I should have done this in the beginning. But better late than never. As you can see, basically we just boxed out around the blocking that's holding the shed up above the ground. And it actually worked out very well. There's the homeowner there, helping with a little bit of leveling. Of course, guess what? The oldest guy on site, the oldest person, of course, doing the most physical labor. That's about the way it always works out. Yeah, I didn't have my mixer here, so we had to hand mix the material. She actually did that part of the work, most of it. When it's all said and done, here's what the underneath of the building looks like. Nice and sturdy now. Concrete's holding it there in place. She even put her name in there. Might as well have some fun. Then around the windows, they actually had some leftover siding. Leftover shingles. These are old shingles. I thought I would wrap the window with that so that in case any water got behind the J channel, it would basically run off and not rot out around the window. Yeah, okay. If enough of it gets there, it's going to rot underneath it. But, you know, I'm not going to worry too much about it. There's a pretty good overhang going on it. And it also keeps some of the wind from blowing through the sides and maybe deters a couple of bugs occasionally. As you can see, those shingles were old because we hand broke them. Just basically folded them a couple times and they broke off. And the door frame. I had to make a new door frame because all I had was the existing door. I probably took it out of a building because the door frame rotted off from the door, but I kept the door. It was pretty good. That door frame, I made it out of pressure treater. We had some actually stuff that wasn't too twisted. So we made a door frame and then we screwed her all together. Of course, around the frame, after we got it all done, I had to put some trim material and, well, might as well take and stain it now before the siding gets on. It's much easier. You won't slop any stain on the siding. As you can see, I got all the rafters up, and I'm actually putting in blocking too to keep the birds out. Oh, there's a homeowner. She's actually staining around the window trim. She can slap it on that old shingles I put on there. Won't hurt them one bit. Well, if you liked what you've seen in this video, give it a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm making sure the blocking is in up there so that the birds don't get in between the roof and they don't get up in there into the shed. Birds, some bees. Now, of course, with everything electronic, basically I wanted to show you how I actually sided the whole building. But what you're going to get is a couple of corners and some J-channel. I don't know what happened to the siding portion of it. It's the same thing with the roofing portion of it, putting on the drip edge and stuff. It just vanished. It's gone. So now we're going to put a little bit of J-channel around the windows, make it look pretty, J-channel around the door. Holy cow, what do I got this at? Regular speed? Yeah, I better speed it up a little bit. We'll be here all day. So it's hard to see, but that J channel on the bottom sticks out an inch from each side, so that when I put the J channel on the sides, I can actually put a little miter on it, what I'm doing now, and it will look sweet when it's done. Take your time to think about it a little bit. J channel is actually pretty easy. See, I told you I stuck it out an inch. Clean it up a little bit. I'm doing that so the siding runs completely all the way through. Pretty much doing the same on the top. Nice mitered edge there. Mitered edge on the bottom. Same here on the other side at the door. This J channel, though, I run all the way down to the bottom. See, I run a little bit of aluminum flashing underneath the door there. It's so that when I put a ramp on there, the water won't rot out the wood as quick. Now here I am measuring and working up the other corner. I go up there, I mark where it needs to be trimmed out a little bit for that rafter coming down. Make a notchy. Put it up there and start nailing it. One little secret is that because that J channel is so close, make sure you measure the top of the J and the bottom and make it the same distance all the way down. Because you won't, if you don't, and it'll be at an angle and people will be able to see that. Just wasn't quite right. What's that called? On-site modifications? Done by others? See, you want that gap going up the side of the door the same, because it's pretty easy to see if it isn't. Now we're starting the starter strip on the bottom. Yep, bring out your level. Trying to make everything level. And you want to measure it down from the window too, so. Nothing worse than having it look crooked, being the window might be not in their frame square. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed watching us build the shed. Each step showed you something a little bit different. And it was made pretty much with stuff we had laying around. On the cheap. And hey, I thought it come out pretty nice. What do you think? Could you store your stuff in this shed? Well, time to get the animals to eat. Thanks for watching.